Welcome to Silicon Valley Asian Business Talk.
Hello, everyone. This is Roger Chen from University of San Francisco Center for Business Studies and Innovation in Asia Pacific. Today, I want to first thank the Chinese Entrepreneur Organization for hosting this interview at this very unique venue, which is the founding place of Facebook. Second, it's our honor to welcome Dawei Feng from Intel to join our interview program. Dawei, would you please briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Roger. Hey, everyone. Thank you for having me. Super excited to be here. As Roger introduced briefly, I work for Intel. I manage all the client segment marketing team at Intel. Outside of the work, I have been pretty active in mentoring Chinese in the Bay Area from career perspective, as well as advising a few of the startups.
Thank you.
Sell to corporate customers, organizational barriers.
You talked about the purely business rational perspective, how to persuade large corporations to adopt these startup companies' products. Do you also see a problem of navigating the bureaucracies, either the political power structures, influences that many startup companies may need to learn? Could you comment on that? Because large corporation, as you mentioned, it's never simple, like one or two, sometimes they do not know who's making decision.
Correct.
So what's your kind of advice to startup companies?
So first, to recognize it's a long, winding road. Like I mentioned earlier, just when I talk to people, I try to prepare them, and they say, yeah, I hear you, but only 5, 6, 9 months later, they come back and say, oh, now I fully understand what it meant. And then recognize that there will be people playing different roles in the organization. Some are visible, meaning they're the friendly face. I call it a gatekeeper. If you're lucky, you can find the internal champion who not only are willing to work with you, but also willing to push this project forward internally with you. And that's really important. And then you recognize that there are people who will say no to this. And do you understand who they are, why they say no? And is it business reason? Is it political reason? Is it personal reason? It's a combination of all these. And the hardest part is the people who say no may not be visible to you. So how do you even know, right? And then, you have, if you can find a champion, then who are the people who can ultimately make this thing happen along with your internal champion, right? And why they are putting their own effort into this, and a lot of times their own career future somehow connected.
So there's like a personal interest associated with that.
Right, and I understand that it could be that this project is so transformative to a point that there is a young, doesn't have to be young, but young upcoming manager that's seizing this as an opportunity to say, hey, if I do this right, I can short circuit my career by 5 years.
Yeah.
Great, if you can find that person. But then when you find that person, you've got to realize that's going to disrupt another person's career, right? And that person that you may or may not realize exists will likely say no to the project internally without you ever know, right? So how do you balance that? It's a fairly complex. It's just having that mental model is going to be complex, and don't have the false hope of this is going to be easy win. If it's going to be easy win, then you celebrate because you hit the jackpot, so to speak. Right? In most cases, people can't bank on luck. You have to bank on the right methodology, processes, and ways of doing things. And then really have a good account leader to help you navigate the complex account, the internal politics, hierarchy.
You mean the internal champion kind of in that case?
Well, your own people, your own person
also, right.
who is leading
the owning this, right?
Exactly, owning the project. could be sales leader, could be product leader, could be your one of your co-founders who is personally in charge of this, right? Just to recognize that it's a process to go through, and it's a complex map of people to navigate through to potentially have a chance and have the have the mental model that it may take a long time.
Yeah.
And you have to be okay with it, because if you're not okay with it, then as time goes by, you as the founding team for the startup will become more desperate.
Right.
And that's going to drive irrational decisions.
Thank you for watching.